Good evening, friends, and welcome to the Dreary Midnight Podcast. My name is Lisa. My pronouns are she, they.
My name is Celeste. My pronouns are she, her.
And what are we talking about tonight, Celeste?
Tonight, we're going to talk about wedding superstitions.
Ooh, let's get into it. Intro music.
Intro music.
It gets wilder every time.
That riff, man, I just need to keep working
kidding.
on it. Keep adding. Okay.
So I've been told there's a twist.
Well, the twist is that it's wedding superstitions and... Okay, this is going to be a patchwork episode only because I just came off of the busiest week of my school year.
And then I got married
and
weekend
Lisa
before
got married. So that's why I was thinking, because I was like, what topic do I do? What topic do I do? And then I was like, well, I went to our topic pod topic document or whatever.
Yeah. We have a Google Doc, a shared doc with like lists of ideas.
And it said wedding folklore because I put it there years ago, when we first started
when we first started the doc,
in anticipation that at one point Lisa would get engaged and married, and I was like, and when that happens, I'm going to do an episode about weddings.
This is the long con. All right. All right.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
On your nuptials. Thank you. I've never actually said that word out loud. I've just seen it written.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lovely wedding.
It was so fun.
It was so fun. It was so them. It was Hobbit core. Was it? It was Halloween in Hobbiton.
Yeah, Hobbiton.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a fun divide to see like who had heard of Middle Earth before and who had not.
There was like half the guests came in normal wedding attire and half came in like Ren Fair.
Yeah. Because like my mom's sister has known me my entire life, like has anticipated that this is the kind of thing I would do, but also like sent a text into a group chat with me and my mom. It's like, is this okay? Is this what you're thinking of? And I'm like, yes, exactly. Thank you for buying into it with the flower crown and the elf ears. I appreciate it.
I know. I'm so pissed that I didn't bring my flower crown. I'm like, that was like the one thing missing. But I had my stays and
I had one of my space shawls. I realized we had gotten a couple of like Day of the Dead things and like a sign that we were going to put on the door that says no admission except on wedding business. But then I forgot to bring the sign. And then I didn't realize it until I came back home and saw it still hanging in my kitchen area.
I remember you showing me that sign. But like on the actual day of the wedding, I did not even notice that it was gone.
Same. Anyway, weddings are fun.
Weddings are fun. So basically what's going to happen is there's so many wedding superstitions. And it is so hard to narrow it down. And I anticipate this is going to be our only wedding episode.
Well, given that both of us are officially married now.
Exactly. Like, sucks for us. I was already married by the time I caught on this podcast. Yeah. Otherwise, we could have had a twofer.
Yeah, no kidding. Maybe on our each respective anniversaries, we'll do it again. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cute. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read off a bunch of wedding superstitions from around the world. And there's some that I'm just going to go a couple more, like delve into a little more. And those are mostly the ones that we like.
That we're going to talk about. Yeah.
So,
all right.
We're going to start with, this is actually one that I kind of did a little deep dive into. The something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and a sixpence for her shoe.
Have not heard that last part. I did not put any coins in my footwear.
Yeah, I don't think I could have even put coins in my footwear because I wore sandals.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
they would have just flown right
yeah.
off.
Ceremony and the reception were on 2 different days because we wanted to keep it real private for the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And our anniversary is Halloween, so we did the ceremony
On
Friday
Halloween.
on Halloween, which is a
That's
work
so
day for most
you.
people.
Yeah.
Thanks. But ceremony day, which I feel like would be the critical point for that, I was wearing like historically accurate Edwardian shoes,
Mm-hmm.
where I don't know if I could fit any kind of coin into that because like even with the wide width that American Duchess does now, like they're still very fitted to one's foot.
Well, you probably could
Yeah.
because this actually goes back to the Victorian era.
Okay. Which is before Edwardian.
Exactly.
Okay.
So apparently, maybe I'm
Maybe
sure
you
that
should.
some Edwardian
Yeah.
brides were putting sixpence
Yeah.
in their shoes.
Yes.
So the rhyme itself appears to be mid to late Victorian formalization of
Okay.
long-held British regional customs,
Mm-hmm.
folklore, and superstitions. So it was. There were a bunch of unrecorded traditions that were kind of like orally passed down before
Okay.
they made their way into print.
Okay.
So the earliest recorded version of the first two lines is in 1871 in the short story "Marriage Superstitions and the Miseries of a Bride Elect" in St. James's Magazine.
And the miseries of a bride elect?
Yes, "Marriage Superstitions and the Miseries of a Bride Elect," where the female narrator states, "On the wedding day, I must wear something new, something borrowed, something blue." There's no mention of something old,
Or the
but like I
sixpence.
said, this was the first
Oh, this is
the
like the
first written recording,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was like in oral tradition before that.
Yeah.
Basically, a common interpretation is something old is representative of continuity. Something new is optimism for the future.
Okay.
Something borrowed is you borrow happiness from like a successfully married couple.
Okay.
And love and fidelity comes in something blue. And then good fortune with prosperity comes from the sixpence in the shoe.
Okay.
So every single
Yeah.
aspect has some
Have some
sort
sort
of
of
like
grounding.
luck
Yeah.
that
I'm realizing I don't think I necessarily did something old
I didn't do any
or
of it.
new. I mean, the dress was officially secondhand,
Oh yeah.
and the flower crown I bought new.
Uh-huh.
I think I might have been wearing blue socks. I don't remember.
I know I was not wearing blue.
Yeah.
Unless the blue of my husband's eyes
Yeah,
counts.
obviously. Devin was wearing blue.
Yeah,
so,
James was wearing
yeah.
blue.
And then but then for the reception, I borrowed the belt with the skirt hitch. So that was borrowed. Yeah.
I borrowed. I don't know if I had anything old. I know I had a lot of things that were secondhand though. Like my
Yeah.
shoes and my dress were both secondhand.
Yeah.
And then I borrowed my mother's necklace.
Nice. Yeah.
But I know I did not have anything. I think that's it. Unless you count my mother's necklace as old.
Yeah. Yeah.
But basically, the written recording is something borrowed, something blue, something new. And the sixpence of her shoe was a Victorian edition, like later on. So it is predates.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when was the book written?
1817.
Okay, so that's pre-Victoria, but barely.
Barely.
Yeah. Like Queen Victoria might have just gotten married. I don't know my Victorian timeline very well. So. Hey, it's Editing Lisa. 1817 is not during the reign of Queen Victoria. She takes the crown in 1837. It's not even during the reign of her predecessor, William IV, or the reign of his predecessor, George IV. It's actually during the reign of that guy's predecessor, George III. Okay, bye.
That's like the version that we know the most. Except nowadays, people don't do the sixpence because it's
I don't
not
think we do
equivalent.
sixpence anymore.
Yeah.
British listeners of Dreary Midnight or UK listeners weigh in, but
Here it says, it remains unclear whether sixpence assumed the role of a lucky coin instead of other lower value circulating silver, such as the 3 pence, 4 pence, or the shilling.
You've got to max out your luck, dude. Like, if you're gonna go for a whole lot of lucky whatever, you might as well go all in on your luck, right?
And of course, it being associated with the shoe because of fairies. It derives
What?
from pre 16th century folklore.
Okay.
Fairies were said to reward a tidy maid or housewife by dropping a sixpence in her shoe.
Well, there you go. It's all of the fairy thing.
It's all fae. It's
Okay.
always fae. Every time I go back to this, I'm like, what's the origin of the superstition? It's
Fae
fae.
lore.
It's fae lore.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, so seeing the bride before the wedding. These are ones that we kind of know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We in America.
Yeah,
at
we
least
in
know.
America, England, that kind of European,
Western Europe.
Western.
Yeah.
Seeing the bride before the wedding is considered bad luck. And this basically emerged from the time when arranged marriages were commonplace.
Okay.
So it was ensuring that the groom would go through with the marriage regardless of the bride-to-be's identity or appearance.
Okay. So if you are really hoping for someone who's a 12 out of 10 and
You get like
are,
a 6.
Okay. Yeah.
Then you're like, I'm going to cancel the wedding. Because, but I'm sure it's also just, and it's also probably so that like the bride doesn't run. Like if this is an arranged marriage, maybe you don't want to test how loyal they are to their families.
Yeah.
Like you want to wait until the actual marriage day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nowadays it's basically just so that they can be like, oh, I can't wait for him to see me.
I mean,
and have a reaction.
did you do a first look or anything?
I did a first look.
Yeah. We did not. The first time Devin saw me in the dress, we were doing a talk through in our living room. I had just put everything on. So not a dramatic first look or anything. Because it was like me, Devin, and my brother who was doing the ceremony. We're all gonna drive in the same car together. So he was gonna see me before the ceremony anyway.
Yeah, we did a first look. It's actually hilarious because I was so nervous the day before my wedding. And I was not nervous because of marrying James. I was nervous because it was a huge party that I'd been planning for like a year.
Yeah.
That was like, oh my God, I love hosting like one-on-one people.
Yeah.
But I've never hosted like this level
many people. Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So I was like so nervous, and I was like seeing James was not even a part of the why. I was like jittery.
Yeah.
And I was cool and calm and collected. And then as soon as they were like, okay, James is there, like waiting for you at the first look spot, I immediately started crying. And I was like, oh my God.
Aw.
It was very cute. He did not cry, but
Okay.
that's okay. Gonna give this is according to English folklore, some good luck rituals. Okay.
Okay.
Wednesday is the luckiest day to marry, and Saturday is the unluckiest day.
Okay. Given that a lot of people get married on a Saturday,
I know.
that's a little bit of a side eye.
So neither of us did.
Yeah. Wait, what day did you get married?
Sunday.
Ah.
Just like you got on Friday
I got on
and
Friday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So this is the there's like a rhyme that
Okay.
says Monday for health, Tuesday for wealth, Wednesday best of all, Thursday for losses, Friday for crosses, Saturday no luck at all.
What about Sunday?
Doesn't say Sunday.
So
Well, if this is, I'm assuming you remember how it's like no work on Sunday.
oh yeah. That
no
makes
big
sense.
events on Sunday.
So.
I broke that tradition.
I mean, same technically. So Friday for crosses like religion or crosses?
I'm guessing like Jesus
okay.
on the cross.
Okay. Yeah.
What a devout wedding you had.
Yes. Given that I am not actually Christian really anymore, it's wild how much it showed up.
But this isn't even just English folklore. I've heard it in other countries that Saturday is actually not lucky to get married on. So
Okay.
R.I.P. to all of y'all who got married on a Saturday.
Yeah.
If a cat sneezes on the eve of the wedding, it's a sign of good luck. One can save crumbs from the wedding cake to ensure marriage in the future. I did not save my wedding cake. I didn't have a wedding cake. I had wedding pie, but I didn't save it.
Listen, the cupcakes and donuts were so good that everyone ate them within 48 hours.
I ate like 4.
Of the cupcakes or the donuts? Or both?
Oh my God. Okay, so I ate 1 donut.
Okay.
And then I took home 3 cupcakes.
which
to
were also so
share
good.
with
Oh,
James and Allie, and then we ate them like all
yeah.
in one sitting.
Shout out to Emily at Mostly Desserts for making those. We'll leave her linked in the description. She's a longtime friend of mine.
Yeah,
But
and a fantastic baker.
yeah, amazing baker. But yeah, so we did a groom's cake. So the ceremony was on Friday, the reception is on Monday or Sunday. And so we did like my parents held like an afternoon lunch get together, and Devin's parents held an evening get together on Saturday, just for the folks that were already in town or coming to town.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had a groom's cake at that one, which was also really good. And they said yes, we should bring some back and like freeze it or whatever. I felt so bad. I was not told which box the boxes of cake were gonna be in, and so they were just boxed up in the living room for a few days. And I was like, we probably shouldn't eat these.
Oh no.
um, that was also a fantastic cake, but it's
Yeah.
just like we probably should not do that
That
then.
sucks. You know what? There's so many moving parts when it comes
Yeah.
to weddings.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of things. Where was I? Oh yeah. So we didn't save our wedding cake, and it's still something that haunts me. The wedding pies. I have no idea what happened to all of our extra food, because I know there was extra food, and I know that there were a bunch of desserts that didn't get eaten,
Yeah.
and it haunts me. I hope that the vendors like took them home and ate them, because I do not want to think about all that good food going to waste, like in the trash.
Yeah. No kidding.
And it's we were like one of the last people to leave our wedding, and it was and they still hadn't gotten picked up, so I was like, oh, I was thinking, it haunts me.
Yeah.
Years later, it haunts me.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an interesting one. Wedding ring.
All right.
The wedding ring finger specifically.
Is that the one where the Romans believe that the vein in the left ring finger goes straight to the heart?
Yes. So that is basically it. It's believed it goes straight from the heart, ensuring love. And there was also a pre-18th century English belief that the fourth finger was the medicine finger.
Okay.
And from this arose a superstition that wedding rings have curative properties.
Oh, had not heard that part.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where folks think the rest of your veins go, but that is the main purpose of the circulatory system, is to go back to the heart.
Yes, that's true. I mean, maybe they thought it was just like thicker or something.
I don't know.
But anyway, that's because of the hand-heart connection.
Okay.
There's the Latin is, so it's called the vena amoris, that vein, which is Latin for vein of love.
No.
This is interesting because this is kind of like the graduation cap situation. But in a few European countries, apparently, the ring is worn on the left hand prior to marriage, and then is put on the right hand after marriage.
Okay.
Which I don't know why, but it was basically like it's always the fourth finger.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah. The one right next to your pinky.
The one right next to your
Which
pinky.
culture was this?
It just says one of them is like the Eastern Orthodox Church.
Okay. That does save a lot in remembering to get a new ring and bringing it and all that kind of stuff.
I know, huh?
Because like the running joke with leading up to the wedding is like, okay, we hung on to the rings, and Devin's brother was going to like actually do the handing out and whatever. And so he got making jokes about like, okay, well, so his fiance was like flying in the morning of, and the whole thing is like, okay, if you see me meeting you at the gate, that means we are getting on the next plane to California again, because I lost the ring and blah, blah, blah. It's like, it was a running, that's very much his sense of humor, but it's like.
You want to know something cute?
Yeah.
In Britain, before the World Wars, only women wore the wedding ring.
Okay.
And then after, like during the World Wars, married male soldiers wear their rings to remind themselves of their wives.
No. But
according to Wikipedia.
Was there any token for men to wear before the World Wars.
Well, because remember, the whole thing of engagement rings in general is kind of like
Yeah.
newer. Like the wedding band is really
What seals the deal?
what seals the
Yeah.
deal.
Um, but yeah, I mean, even then there was always some sort of engagement token, right? Like there was there could be like a necklace or some sort of small gift or
I
something.
guess it depends on the region.
Yeah.
On the like, some cultures don't even have rings, you know. But I don't know. I have to look more into that.
Yeah. Clem, what are you doing?
Sorry, Clementine is looking out the window, actively looking for things to. Oh, she's barking at a small child.
How dare that small child live in a neighborhood? All right.
Here's some more superstitions.
All right.
This is marrying. This is some like bad luck traditions.
Okay.
And as I was reading these, I was like, "Sorry, James, I brought bad luck to our wedding."
Yeah.
Not this one though. Marrying in a church near an uncovered open grave leads to bad luck.
Okay.
I don't know why you would. I guess when you're planning your wedding, you're not thinking, "Oh, there's gonna be an open grave there." But if you're a grave digger, maybe finish your task before the wedding that's scheduled at 4 p.m.
But also, is the church staff necessarily cluing in the gravedigger to the wedding
Well,
schedule?
I guess not the grave digger, but like you know how they have like, oh, here's the funeral, and then I guess when it's saying uncovered open grave, I'm assuming it just means like there's a casket in there, or there's like a grave that's ready for a
Yeah.
casket. I'm not thinking of like they're still in the jewels. I'm
Mm.
thinking of like the church is gonna bury someone,
Mm.
but there's a wedding at 4 and the funeral's at 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That seems like the scheduling error on the
That's what I'm
church's part.
saying.
Yeah.
Marrying in green is bad luck.
I was wearing a green jacket at my wedding, so apparently that's bad luck. Okay.
I have no idea why it just says it is. Which sucks because I think that's really pretty. I
Yeah.
would love to be married in green. I was
Yeah.
married in pink.
Yeah, I was wearing golden, green, and burgundy. So, yeah.
And you looked gorgeous.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um Apparently it's bad luck for the bride to look at herself in the mirror after she's dressed in her bridal wear, but this can be counteracted by the addition of another accessory. So every time you look in
So,
the mirror, you're like, "Oh, sorry, I just have to add an earring."
okay.
Or, "Oh, I need to add some like
Gloves or something.
gloves or like a bracelet or something like
Yeah.
that."
So is it bad luck if you were looking in the mirror specifically to put your flower crown on or something?
No,
Or,
I don't think so.
okay.
I mean, also, I definitely looked at myself in the mirror like, no, I didn't really,
Yeah.
because I was just getting carted around.
Yeah. Same.
If
Yeah.
my makeup was smudged, I would be none the wiser.
Yeah, same.
This is also a thing that I read a lot during research. Pearls are apparently like you're not supposed to wear pearls at your wedding because they're shaped like a teardrop, so it'll bring sadness and misfortune to your wedding, to your
Okay.
marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Good thing I'm not a pearl girly then.
my mom, I bet my bottom dollar that my mom wore pearls at her wedding because she loves pearls, and my parents are still happily married. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
According to an old wives' tale,
Hmm.
if the younger of two sisters marries before the older sister must dance barefoot at the wedding, or she will never marry. So I hope that my
Okay.
sister
Dance barefoot for a bit.
barefoot at my wedding. I cannot say for sure. And this one I thought was interesting because we talked about this before in a different episode. But giving knives is a sign of bad luck.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Oh, because it's like symbolizing the severing of a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I knew
Yeah.
that one. I knew that one.
Yeah.
And now I want to talk about bridesmaids
Okay.
and groomsmen.
Okay.
So, what do you know about the origin of bridesmaids?
So I vaguely remember a Roman tradition, the bridesmaid and the bride all dressed in the same dress, and they're all supposed to look kind of similar, so that in the event that a nefarious spirit is about, they won't know who the important
Yeah.
person is. So that's what I know about bridesmaids. I think groomsmen is something about defending the groom and also the bride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first with bridesmaids, there's a lot of origins here, like because it's an amalgamation of multiple
Thanks. Yeah.
cultures.
Yeah.
There's Egyptian origins. There was a belief in evil spirits with a aversion to brides and fearing that these attendances might sabotage the success of the wedding. The bride's friends adopted the habit of dressing like her to confuse the spirits,
Yeah.
which is what you were saying.
Yeah.
In some cases, it was only a single bridesmaid who wore a dress strikingly similar to that of the bride, marking the first manifestations of the, I think of the like maid of honor situation.
Yeah.
And then in ancient Rome, there was a law that required the presence of at least 10 witnesses at a wedding.
Okay.
Guests that were usually invited were like the close friends of the bride and the groom.
Yeah.
Which means that was the original bridal party.
Hey.
The groomsmen and the bridesmaids. Yeah. And in the Victorian age, the tradition of wedding groomsmen and bridesmaids similar to the bride lasted many centuries. And in some Victorian wedding photographs, it's difficult to distinguish the bride and the groom.
Okay.
I'm just assuming they're the ones in the middle.
Yeah. Wait, bride and groom?
Because the groomsmen would also dress like the
okay.
groom.
Yeah.
Because
I do like
evil spirits.
Yeah. I do like the tradition now. Like, we didn't do your bridal party, but I do like the idea of, like, here's a color and a cut. Get anything in your style that matches these two criteria. Like, the one time I was a bridesmaid, it was, like, knee-length and navy blue, and I wore that dress to, like, I was 21, and so I wore that dress to, like, a bunch of formal events over the next, like, year and a half, and it was, like, $90. I don't like the idea of, like, pick a combo that you want to look good on everybody, because a combo that purports to look good on everybody looks mid on everybody. Whereas, like, if everyone can, like, tweak to their particular size and proportions and whatever, like, that winds up a little bit better.
You know what we ended up doing? Oh my god, this is still like I gave my girls a color scheme, as in different shades of pink.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I have a pink dress.
Yeah.
And I want them to wear like between this shade and this shade of pink.
Yeah.
All of them chose the same shade.
Unintentionally?
Yeah. They're like, look at this dress. Look at this dress. I was like, that's a pretty dress. That's a pretty dress. And then by the time I saw them all together, I was like, they all have the same shade. So, and then it was the same shade that I was wearing, maybe a little darker. And so I was just joking on my wedding that like, oh, I'm doing the old tradition of making sure that the spirits don't know which one is the bride. And then all the groomsmen wore navy suits. So we actually ended up accidentally doing the traditional tradition where which one's the which one's the bride.
Yeah. I think so. The one wedding that I've been in that wasn't mine was my brother's, and it was navy on the bride's side and gray on the groom's side. It was nice because there was a little bit of like the actual color swatch wound up a little bit darker, a little bit lighter, depending on who was wearing it, which was kind of fun, and I liked that.
Yeah.
We didn't do bridal party. I feel like if we did, I would have done like similar to you.
Like here's the
color palette. Choose something. In retrospect, I might have done green or something like that.
Okay, so I was thinking about it like after the wedding, and I was like, I should have, because I ended up buying for a different wedding that we went to a dress that was green, and I was like, this is really pretty. I should have done like green. I mean, they looked good. I forgot though that one of my bridesmaids is a ginger.
Oh.
And so she was like, I'm having a really hard time finding a pink dress, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I should have done green just for you.
Yeah. What I wound up doing is loosely matching earrings for the people who would have been bridal party.
And I wore them.
Yeah.
They were beautiful.
Yeah.
They were autumnal.
Yeah. They were all different shades and style of leaves.
Yeah. So anyway, throughout history, bridesmaids evolved into symbols of the social status of the bride's family. The more friends the bride could afford to display in public, the more she signaled wealth to high society.
Okay.
The image of a long procession of young girls present conveyed power and influence.
Huh.
I think of the sorority weddings.
Yeah,
that have like 20 bridesmaids. And I'm like, what? I had 5.
I don't think I have more than 6 people in my inner circle to begin with. So, like, you know.
Yeah, no, I very wisely only chose, and I say very wisely because I've heard too many horror stories of like, this person was my bridesmaid. I never talked to them again.
Yeah.
But I only chose three of them were my cousins.
Yeah.
One of them was my sister.
Yeah.
And the other one I had known for like over 10 years.
Yeah.
As for the groomsmen,
Okay.
so like I said, one of the origins of the groomsmen was that it was a Roman law that you had to have 10 witnesses. And this was often, split five groomsmen, five bridesmaids.
Would family not count in this situation?
I'm
like
sure that they
parents?
would, but I'm sure that say that you have two parents and like a brother.
Oh, yeah.
You
That's
still
fair.
need
Need
more
7 other people.
Yeah, exactly. More people. In Anglo-Saxon tradition, the groomsmen, also known as the bride's knights, would fend off angry mobs and family members that would interfere with the kidnapping of the bride, whether the bride was willing to go or not. Groomsmen were in charge of the bride's safety during her transportation to the wedding and then to the groom's house.
Okay, is this meant to be one of those cultures where LOL we're like bribing everybody to get the bride back, and that actually goes into the honeymoon fund kind of thing?
Yeah. I think depending on it says whether the bride is willing to go or not. So it could be that the bride is unfortunately in a hostage situation.
Yeah. I mean, it is ancient Rome.
Well, this is Anglo-Saxon tradition.
Oh, never mind.
This one.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if it were Roman, this girl was probably 15 and legally still her father's property.
Could have been the same.
Yeah.
No, but I think where it's maybe the girl was 15 and the father's property and didn't want to get married and they were trying to get her back. But there's also the one where it's maybe this other guy wants to marry her and she's like, no, I'm going to marry this guy. And so this guy's groomsmen are protecting her from getting kidnapped.
Groom A, the wanted husband, hires all of his friends to protect her from potential Groom B, the creep.
Yeah. It could be that. We don't know. I'm sure it was a case-to-case basis.
Yeah. And it could have been one, it could have been another.
Yeah.
Could have been some random third thing.
Yeah. But speaking of the best man, they're all the best man originated from the Germanic Goths of the 16th century. Mm-hmm. The best man was the best man for helping the bride escape from her disapproving family. It was most likely the best swordsman.
Okay.
During the wedding, the best man would stand next to the bride at all times, even during the ceremony, to make sure that no one could harm or steal her away and make sure she didn't run away.
Okay.
So, best man is your best swordsman. I'm thinking about my husband's best man, and I don't know if he's the best swordsman, but I'm sure that he would fight a bitch for me.
I mean, same with who would have been Devin's best man as well. I mean, I think he's one of the most athletic among us, so,
Oh, yeah, well, for some reason, James has an ability to get very charismatic, athletes in his friend circle. So,
listen, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
For context, it's not that my husband is not a charismatic athlete. It's just that he's
charismatic.
He's very charismatic, and he's super wicked smart and stuff. But he's not a gym bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He works out, but it's not the people he works out with, who he hangs out with, are gym bros. It's hilarious.
Yeah. No, I think both brothers who would have filled that role are the gym rats of the respective families.
You know what's something that I didn't look up that I just thought of right now that I really should have looked up?
Okay.
Flower girls and ring bearers. Why do we have those? Why do we have little babies who look like the bride? Because they can't. I hope that they're not trying to have little girls get kidnapped by spirits.
Yeah. The Knot, Flower Girl 101, everything you need to know.
Oh.
In ancient Greek and Roman times,
yeah, I
when
see
many
what the one
historians
you're
believe the
saying.
tradition began, flower girls tossed grains and herbs to symbolize fertility or carried garlands to protect against evil spirits.
And it makes sense because they're children.
Yeah.
Which means here's the future children.
Well, also, okay, not to be all Greek myth about it, if they're tossing grains, that's hey Demeter. And then Demeter lost her daughter to the underworld.
You know what? And that was another topic I was thinking. I was I should do Persephone and Hades.
Yeah.
But for the amount of research that requires, because there's so many
iterations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the amount of research that requires, I did not have time this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was I'm going to do weddings instead.
Yeah. But because there's so many different iterations, there's so many different ways to to purport Persephone's consent in the
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, because there's the version where she wants to do it, and then there's
Yeah.
the version where it's actually about a mother and a daughter and their
Yeah. Um,
separation from each other.
yeah. And even in the middling ones, it's a lot about kidnap and assault.
That's the origin of the flower girl.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know that like grain was also seen as a good luck thing of like prosperity.
Yeah. Okay.
So it relating to
Yeah.
Demeter actually kind of makes sense. Another one that I was gonna look up that I just looked up right now is the history of the ring bearer.
Mm-hmm.
The original custom was that in medieval times, in northern Europeans began to present the bride with her wedding ring on the tip of a sword.
Aw. I will say would not want to give my nephew a sword.
Well, I think that was when it was still adults that were giving.
Even as an adult, I'm not sure I would give my nephew a sword.
Mm-hmm. In ancient Egypt, it was common for treasured jewels to be carried on ornamental pillows
Okay.
during celebrations, especially wedding ceremonies.
Okay.
Although the historians believe that adults carried their ring on ornamental pillows. And then during the medieval era, a young child known as a page boy carried the bride's train down the aisle while holding a book of prayers. Page
Okay.
boys did not carry the rings as they were presented to the couple on the tips of swords, like I said.
Okay.
But because pillows were rare during the era, wealthy families replaced swords with pillows as symbol of their riches, and the page boy was given the duty of carrying the pillow, often wearing ring bearer outfits.
Okay.
Ooh, this is a fun one. Catching the bouquet or garter.
Okay.
There's the well-known superstition that the person who catches the bouquet or garter thrown by the bride will be the next to marry. And
I laugh because I caught the bouquet at one or two weddings, family weddings, specifically the first family wedding for my oldest cousin. And surprise, I'm the last to get married.
oh my god, you just have it out for those
Yep. Yeah.
those bouquets, I guess.
Yeah.
The superstition dictates that the unmarried woman who catches the bouquet will be the next to get married. The garter toss is said to have originated in France, but has its roots in medieval superstitions. Apparently, in medieval Europe, it was good luck to get a piece of the bride's wedding dress.
Okay.
Guests would gather after the ceremony and try to rip parts of the dress, sometimes seeing it torn apart. Awful. The tossing of the bouquet originated to distract the guests, while the bride and the groom made their getaway to their marriage chamber, upon which the groom would throw the bride's garter into the crowd of guests outside.
Love it.
We did not have
We didn't either.
a garter or a bouquet toss. First of all, I spent money on my bouquet, and
Yeah.
I didn't see and I love my bouquet, and I did not see the point of getting a tiny bouquet just for tossing.
Yeah.
Because my bridesmaids didn't have bouquets either. They had lanterns because we also had a Lord of the Rings wedding.
Yeah.
The garter thing, I been to too many weddings where it's turned into a super sexy thing, and I did not need my aunts
Same.
hooting and hollering
Yeah.
over my husband putting his head under my skirt.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could live without that.
Yeah. 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 Like that was not our vibe either.
Yeah.
And like the sort of, they did the one wedding where first real family wedding I went to. I was 15 when I caught the bouquet, and like.
Oh, and did they make you do the dance with the person who got the garter?
They did not,
Oh,
but
okay.
like the one saving grace for something like that is that it was the groom's kid brother who got the garter, who was also like in the 14-16 range. So it would have been the least weird option of the potential options.
Yeah.
But it's still not, still just didn't do the dance.
I have been to like one modern wedding where they did that. Then again, all my friends are kind of like me, so
Yeah.
Yeah. But like my cousin, they actually did that, and hilariously, the person who got the garter, because it's not that they're like gonna get married to each other, it's just that but the person who got the bouquet and the person who got the garter were both my cousins, who we have been friends for like our whole lives. So their dance was actually really fun
Yeah.
because they felt very comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Yeah. I had not had not met the groom's kid brother until that
got
day. I don't think I even knew that somebody had caught the garter until later, and I don't think I even spoke to the brother. I don't actually remember.
Oh my
Mom
God.
and aunts and cousins weigh in, but
Yes. Oh, this is fun. So I've heard multiple times sugar cube. I think this is Greece. Sugar cube given to the bride. It promises a sweet marriage.
okay.
But did you also know Jordan almonds? They have their own little, Jordan almonds, like the little sugar coated almonds that are
Okay.
in weddings.
Okay.
They also have their own superstition.
Ah, did not know that.
Yeah. This is according to a Greek Orthodox bride speaking to Manhattan Bride magazine.
Okay.
A popular superstition in Greece involves sugar-coated almonds, or kalfeta, where the bride and groom hand them out to their guests in order to bring good luck to the marriage in 4 ways.
Okay.
The white of the sugar brings purity. The ovular shape represents fertility and promises babies. The hardness brings resilience to the marriage. And finally, the sugar promises a sweet union.
Oh, I love it.
And I was like, I guess we missed out on having Jordan almonds at our
Okay,
wedding.
same.
Which would have been funny because my last name now is Jordan.
Yay.
So why didn't we do that?
Yeah.
If you guys want a part 2, I can do a part 2, but
But
there's so many because this is
many.
I've only really touched on like European.
Yeah.
I haven't even gone into like all the other continents.
Also, if your side of the family has some funky tradition that everybody does, like does everyone have a swatch of great granny's dress on the bouquet or something like that? Let us know that too.
Yeah.
Well, I love stuff like that. We had an in memoriam table because the reception was on Day of the Dead, so
Yeah.
we had kind of a nice memoriam table for that as well.
I preemptively like apologized to my family from my ancestors for being like, sorry, I didn't put an ofrenda up. I was at a wedding.
Yeah. And like that was another thing where we had gotten like sugar skull candles and small little things like that for
It was very touching
Yeah.
to see it at your wedding. I felt very like,
but yeah, so that was nice. And it's what was kind of interesting was like there was my granddad and his first wife who died when my mom was a kid, and then granddad and his second wife because both of them had passed. But I had never met my mom's mom because obviously she died when my mom was a kid, and turns out she died at 32. I saw their wedding photo because I was part of the memoriam table, and it's like, who is this stranger with my face? Because
Oh my
apparently I look a
God.
lot like her.
oh,
But yeah, and it's just kind of wild past downs like that. But anyway,
that's so sweet.
but with all that said,
Congratulations.
thanks.
Ah,
I'm officially married.
yes. We're both now in the marriage circle.
Yeah, fun times. But it does feel a little bit extra official to say like, oh, well, my husband is this. I'm here to pick up a prescription for my husband.
Yeah, because we had both been dating our respective
Partners for a long time.
like 10 years or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We got
That
married
was-
on our 10th anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah, I got married 8 years into the relationship.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But now it's just more like, my husband.
That's my husband.
That's my husband.
Yeah. But yeah, share any kind of marriage, anything, marriage advice,
If you
funny
have
marriage
marriage
stories,
advice, please
marriage
share it.
moments of any sort. Send us an email, drearymidnightpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on Instagram, we are at drearymidnightpod. And if you want to give us some money, fund the honeymoon, patreon.com/drearymidnight. And with all of that said, merry maritals to all of you, and safe travels home on this dreary midnight. Good night.
Good night.